What's up? Just gonna do a bit of tarot for an energy update on, what's the date today? 15th of April. Let's see what the cosmos, what the universe wants us to know. I don't know, but I swear for like almost 2 weeks now, I can't get up in the morning. I mean, I wake up at 5:30 and then I'm like, ugh. Like just blah. And then I'll be a bit active by like around 9, and then by like 1 o'clock I'm there. So let's see what's going on, what's going on in the cosmos today. It's very good. It's getting so we have the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands, like, she's a creative energy. She has all the creative power in her. So why is the Queen of Wands here? What is the energy trying to tell us? Can we have a clarification for the Queen of Wands? I'm getting this message of like divine creativity, just being connected to spirit. Being connected to spirit, creating new stuff. It's kind of interesting because during the new moon, like the card that came out was the Page of Pentacles, which is about planting new seeds of growth. Oh, here we go. Okay, next card that came out was the Nine of Swords. Sometimes it's not really a nice card to get people like, oh, here's one more. Okay. And we have the Knight of Swords. So there's a lot of fire and air energy coming up here. So first thing I see here, it's like, I think most of us, we're getting this creative spark of wanting to do something, wanting to create something. However, there's inaction right now because maybe there's some subconscious formatting or limiting beliefs that we have that make it seem impossible to proceed with this creative endeavor. You know, or maybe we're just in this mode where we're thinking too much about it and not actually doing anything. Because when the Knight of Swords comes out, you know, I'm looking at all three cards together and it shows like, it seems like, you know, when you have a creative spark, when you want to do something and then you sort of see the big picture, like, oh, you get excited about what it can be, what it can look like, you know, the end goal and all this. But see, the trap is sometimes that when we think too far ahead, when we think too far into the future, it seems so hard to grasp. You know, it seems like it's out of our reach. And I think that's why in a lot of practices, like they always say, just be in the now, just do what you can today. Because yeah, when something becomes too big, it seems like it's too much for us to carry. But if we just plan things like day by day, like, okay, maybe today I'm gonna do this, maybe today I'm gonna do this, you know, small goals, small steps, not taking big leaps at a time. I mean, if you have the capacity to do it, then by all means go ahead. But we need to learn how to be gentle with ourselves, small steps. In Malaysia, we have this thing where they say sikit-sikit lama-lama jadi bukit, which means, which when you translate it, it basically means like um, start off small and then slowly it becomes a mountain. Something like that. So yeah, like what else is there? What else does Spirit want us to know? I mean, don't be afraid to chase your goals, but at the same time, it's this fine balance of being gentle with yourself, not putting so much expectations on yourself, you know, not trying to prove anything or to rush or to wear yourself out. You know, take your time, relax. Every time like a limiting belief comes up which says, oh, you won't be able to do this, sit with that for a while instead of like, because sometimes even for me, when I get this voice in my head that says, you won't be able to do this, and when I engage in that voice, and then if I ask, oh, why, and then it becomes, more negative things. So instead of asking, oh, why can't I reach this, just saying like, oh, what if I can? You know, what if I can achieve this? I don't have to achieve it tomorrow. You know, it's like when you plant a tree, it's like you don't bear the fruit straight away. You gotta wait a couple of years maybe, and that's okay. It's like, again, who's in a rush? Enjoy, relax. But I do see for some of us, our minds are clearing up. We see the possibilities. So we see what is we see what we're able to do. But yeah, a lot of us, because we've come from backgrounds where we're told what's right, what's wrong, what's possible, what's not. But those are other people's beliefs. Those are other people's limitations. Don't let what other people think or say become your reality. No, that's why it's important for us to just sit, meditate at least once a day, just to clear our minds, just to hear, to block out all that noise, or be aware that there is noise in our minds. And, where are we paying more focus on? Are we paying focus on the negative voices, or are we paying focus on the positive voices, Oh. Yeah, the next two cards that come out, Three of Swords, heartbreak, pain, frustration, and then there's the Seven of Pentacles. It's about growth, slow growth, but still growth. We live in a high-paced world where everything is now, this, now, that it becomes overwhelming. Not everyone, we're all built differently. Some people have managed to go through life really quickly. Some of us take times, baby steps, but be true to yourself. Live by your own rules. And here's the thing, it's like things aren't always gonna be all butterflies and rainbows, because you see, good can't exist without bad. So in this journey, you're bound to have like up and downs, and that's okay. That's okay. It's like sometimes we get really frustrated when we face a down, when we face a block. We're like, things aren't working out for me, la 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 la. But maybe those downs, those blocks are like, it's telling you to rest. It's telling you, hey, maybe this is a time for you to sit back and evaluate your next move, instead of just going dush 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 dush. It depends how you look at things. You can look at a blockage as a dead end, or you can look at a blockage as a time for you to recuperate and to reassess what you need to do. And again, it's no rush. I'm getting this message about don't rush. Just take your time, slow growth. You know how I said about like when you plant a tree, it takes time, because the trees, the plants, before they grow up, they build the roots down. I mean, look at that. It's like it's a small tree, but the roots, they're really going deep in, and they're already growing. They're getting strong underneath, so you can't really see it right now. And this is another frustration that we get when we put so much effort into something and we don't see the rewards yet, because we don't see the whole story. Sometimes we don't see that, we're sort of planting all these seeds. We're planting the roots. The roots take time to grow strong, and then but just keep doing don't get frustrated so easily. Don't give up so easily. Trust that all the effort that you're putting in will pay off. That's all you need to do. Just trust that things will work out. How, when, that's like beyond our grasp. As long as we feed whatever we're doing with positivity, with belief, with trust, and then we just surrender that to the universe. When your heart's open, when you know what you want. Yeah, see, true enough. Next card that comes out, the Sun. So if you manage, overall message here, what I'm getting is, this creativity that you want. Let me share with you, like I did a kitchen pop-up recently, right? And I got so excited about it, and I was like, I think I'm gonna sell at least like 20 plates of food, la la la. I mean, I only ended up selling 8. And there was a bit part of me like that negative voices like, oh, your expectations, you didn't do as well as you thought you did. But I was like, no, I'm still grateful that I managed to sell 8 plates. I managed to make some contacts. I managed to get my name out there. You know, there's who knows what will happen next. Maybe in my next pop-up I'll have more. Or maybe I'll get an offer to work in a restaurant. Like who you don't we don't know. I don't know. All I know is I was happy that I tried it. I was happy that I tried something new. Um, because like this whole cooking thing, it's very like either people love it, people hate it, but the response was good. So it's will I give up just because I didn't hit 20 in my first day? Of course not. You know, that's just one day. At least the word's out there. Who knows what will happen next? So it's the same thing with you. Like whatever you're trying to do, like don't be disheartened just yet. Slow growth. Trust. Trust that things will work out. Have faith. That's the thing most of us forget. We forget to have trust and to have faith. Instead, we fill our minds with worry and anxiety because that's so much easier to do. We're so used to the negative that being positive is rare. And another thing, we enjoy drama. I mean, just look at all the shows that we enjoy watching. The number one shows in the world, they're all drama. We love it. And then every time when we see like a positive show, like a fairy tale or something, we're like, that will never happen. Why do we think like that? Okay. So let's just see, Spirit, can we get a final advice card for today? Can we get a final advice card? Ooh, here we go. King of Pentacles, there's a final advice card. When I look at this King of Pentacles, I like it because because if you look at tarot in a fool, it starts off with the fool, right? Like the fool, he's young, he's just trying stuff, just enjoying his way. And then when you look at the King of Pentacles here, he's older, he's more matured, he's just relaxing, he's got that golden coin resting on him. He's got his guide or his pet, his companion. Because if you look at the Fool card has a small puppy with him. Now that puppy's grown, but again, it takes time. It's growth. We need to learn how to be okay with slow growth. We need to learn to be okay with taking our time. Remember this, whatever is meant for you will always be for you. That's one thing, but you gotta believe it, you gotta trust in it, you gotta have faith in it. And whatever it is that you've started doing, trust that it's leading you to stability, trust that it's leading you to abundance. Believe that. Yeah. What else am I getting here? There's a lot of air element, which is all about the mind, because again, I'm like that, I'm always stuck in my mind. So one of the best ways to get out of your mind sometimes is to meditate, clean your house, start a project, cook, paint, something where you're free, where you're not using this anymore. You just be like keep yourself active with doing something else. Some people chant, some people pray. You decide what works for you. But yeah, overall energy is saying here, like, when worry creeps up, when you start worrying, when you start panicking, like, stop for a while. That's a wall. Panicking, worry, think of that as a wall, as a road bump. And that's a sign where you need to sort of stop, evaluate your journey, center yourself again. Remember slow growth, and that it's okay for slow growth. Remember this. And just enjoy and take your time. Okay?